Ladies and gentlemen, champions in the making, I ask you, who told you that you were average? Who convinced you that you were anything less than extraordinary? Today, I challenge you to cast aside every doubt, every hesitation, and every excuse. I challenge you to act as if you are the best, because the truth is, no one is better than you. The only difference between you and the world's greatest achievers is that they believed it first. Listen closely, my friend, for what I'm about to tell you holds the power to change your life. Success favors those who take action, and right now you have an opportunity to align yourself with a movement of power, wisdom, and unstoppable growth. First, hit that like button. Why? Because every great achiever knows that appreciation attracts more greatness. When you acknowledge value, you open the doors for more to flow into your life. Next, subscribe. Champions do not stumble upon success by accident. They commit to it. Subscribing is a declaration that you are ready for greatness, ready for knowledge, ready to rise above the ordinary. Now, hit that bell icon. In life, those who succeed are those who stay ahead, who seize opportunities before the rest. That bell is your gateway to staying informed, to never missing the insights that could transform your future. Finally, share this with others. Wealth, knowledge, and success grow when they are given. By sharing, you are not only elevating yourself, you are lifting others, and those who lift others are always lifted in return. Act now. Champions don't hesitate. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, and share. Because those who take action today become the leaders of tomorrow. Your mind is the greatest tool you will ever possess. It is the architect of your destiny, the master key to every door of success you seek to unlock. What you hold in your mind, what you believe with absolute certainty, will manifest in your life as surely as the sun rises each morning. The man who sees himself as a king will conduct himself as one long before the world acknowledges his crown. The man who sees himself as a failure has already sealed his fate before he has even begun. Everything you have, everything you will ever achieve, begins in your mind. If you fill it with doubt, if you allow fear to take root, then your actions will be hesitant, your energy weak, and your results mediocre. But if you train your mind to think as a conqueror, as a leader, as a champion, then nothing will be impossible for you. You must discipline your thoughts as a general commands an army. You must guard them as a farmer protects his most valuable crop. A weak mind will be led by circumstances, but a strong mind will shape them. Great men and women of history, those who carved their names into time itself, understood this fundamental truth. They did not wait for proof of their greatness. They decided it first. They fed their minds with thoughts of triumph, with visions of success, with an unshakable belief that they were destined to rise above the masses. And because they believed, they acted, and because they acted, the world followed their lead. If you truly desire success, you must first master your mind. Speak to yourself as a champion would. Walk as a leader walks. Think as the greatest thinkers of all time have thought. Erase every doubt, crush every limitation, and refuse to entertain thoughts of failure. The mind is the master of all things. Control it, and you will control your destiny. Too many people wait. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect skill set, the perfect plan. They tell themselves they'll start when they have more experience, more confidence, more resources, and so they wait. Days turn into weeks, weeks into years, and years into a lifetime of missed opportunities. The harsh truth is this: perfection never comes. The conditions will never be ideal. There will always be something you think you need before you begin. But the ones who succeed, the ones who rise to the top, are not the ones who wait for readiness. They are the ones who act despite their doubts, despite their fears, despite their imperfections. Think of the greatest leaders, the most successful entrepreneurs, the champions of industry and innovation. Do you believe they had all the answers before they started? Do you think they waited until they felt fully prepared? No. They stepped forward, they took risks, they learned as they moved. They knew that action is the greatest teacher, that experience is gained through doing, not waiting. Those who hesitate, who hold themselves back, are left behind. Confidence does not come before action. It is a result of action. You will not feel ready at the start, but that is precisely why you must begin. The only way to sharpen a blade is to use it. The only way to master a skill is to practice it. The only way to develop the strength, the knowledge, the wisdom you seek is to engage in the process, to step into the arena, to throw yourself into the work, even when you feel unqualified. Growth comes through challenge. Mastery comes through repetition. Success comes through movement. If you are waiting for a sign, let this be it. Start now. Begin today. Take the first step. It does not have to be perfect. It does not have to be grand, but it must be taken. You will stumble, you will face obstacles, but in moving forward, you will develop the ability to overcome them. Every great achievement in history was built by those who acted before they felt ready. The only way to get ready is to begin. Success is not an accident. It is a state of being, a way of carrying yourself, a mindset that dictates your every action. Those who dominate their fields, who inspire millions, who leave legacies that stand the test of time, all have something in common. They do not wait to be recognized as the best. They embody it long before the world acknowledges them. They walk with certainty, talk with conviction, and think with an unshakable belief in their own greatness. Your posture speaks before your words ever do. The way you enter a room, the way you carry yourself, the way you move through the world, all of it sends a message about who you are and what you believe about yourself. If you slump your shoulders, avoid eye contact, and shrink into the background, the world will assume you are not worth noticing. But if you stand tall, move with purpose, and radiate confidence, people will treat you as someone of value. You must train yourself to walk like a leader, to move with the presence of someone who commands respect. And then there is the way you speak. Words are not just sounds. They are declarations of who you are and what you stand for. Listen to the most powerful people in history. Their words are precise. Their tone is unwavering. Their delivery is filled with certainty. They do not speak in doubt. They speak in decisions. They do not say, "I hope to succeed." They say, "I will succeed." They do not say, "I'll try." They say, "I will." Their words are aligned with their vision, and because they believe in what they say, others believe it too. Speak with clarity, with authority, with a conviction that what you say matters, because it does. But even beyond how you walk and talk, the true foundation of greatness lies in how you think. You cannot achieve greatness with a mind consumed by self-doubt, fear, and hesitation. Every champion, every industry leader, every innovator first mastered the art of thinking like the best before they became the best. They see challenges as opportunities. They see setbacks as lessons. They do not entertain thoughts of failure because their minds are too focused on success. They understand that thoughts shape actions and actions shape reality. If you think like a champion, you will act like a champion. And if you act like a champion long enough, you will become one. Everything in life responds to how you present yourself. The way you move, the way you speak, the way you think, it all creates an energy, a presence, an aura that others recognize and respect. The world mirrors back to you what you project. If you walk, talk, and think like the best, the world will start treating you as the best. And once the world sees you that way, opportunities will come, doors will open, and success will be inevitable. Excellence is not for the faint of heart. It is not for those who settle, who compromise, who are content with mediocrity. The world does not reward the average. It rewards the exceptional. It rewards those who refuse to blend in, those who demand more from themselves than anyone else ever could. If you want to stand above the crowd, if you want to be recognized as the best, you must set your standard higher than everyone else's, not slightly higher, not just above the competition, but so high that it becomes undeniable, so high that there is no question who is the leader in your field. Most people live by the bare minimum. They do just enough to get by. Just enough to avoid failure, just enough to stay comfortable. But comfort is the enemy of greatness. Those who rise to the top do not ask, what is the least I need to do? They ask, what is the absolute best I can give? They do not measure their work by what is acceptable, but by what is extraordinary. They are not satisfied with meeting expectations. They exceed them so consistently that others wonder how they do it. Look at the most successful people in any field and you will see this pattern. The greatest athletes train harder than anyone else. The most influential business leaders push themselves beyond what is required. The top performers, the record breakers, the game changers, all of them share an obsession with excellence. They demand more from themselves, and because they demand more, they get more. Setting a higher standard is not just about work ethic. It's about mindset. It's about never allowing yourself to be comfortable with good enough. It's about raising your internal expectations so high that anything less than greatness is unacceptable. The moment you stop pushing, the moment you stop striving for better, you begin to fall behind. There is always another level. There is always room for improvement. And the ones who stay at the top are the ones who never stop reaching. But here's the secret. When you set your standard above the rest, when you demand excellence from yourself, you automatically separate yourself from the competition. Others may be smarter, more experienced, or more connected. But if you are willing to outwork them, to outthink them, to outperform them in every area, they cannot keep up. Eventually they will fall away, and you will be the only one left standing. Excellence is not a gift, it is a choice. It is a decision you make every single day to show up, to push harder, to refuse to accept anything less than your absolute best. When you hold yourself to a higher standard, the world has no choice but to rise to meet you. The opportunities, the recognition, the success, it will all come not because you wished for it, but because you earned it. The path to success is not a straight road. It is not smooth, nor is it easy. It is filled with obstacles, setbacks, disappointments, and moments that will test every ounce of your willpower. But here is the difference between those who achieve greatness and those who fade into the background. The great ones persist. They do not stop when it gets hard. They do not retreat when faced with resistance. They do not surrender when things do not go their way. They persist relentlessly, fearlessly, and with absolute certainty that victory will come as long as they refuse to quit. There is a universal law that governs success, a law that has been proven time and time again. Those who persist always find a way to win. It may not happen on the first attempt. It may not happen on the 10th. It may take years of effort, sacrifice, and endurance, but those who continue moving forward, those who keep pushing despite the difficulties, are the ones who eventually break through. The world does not belong to the most talented. It does not belong to the smartest. It belongs to the most determined, the ones who refuse to accept defeat. Think of every great success story, and you will see a pattern of persistence. Thomas Edison, after thousands of failed experiments, finally created the light bulb. If he had stopped at failure number 100, 500, or even 1,000, the world would never have seen his genius. Walt Disney was told he lacked imagination. Oprah Winfrey was told she was unfit for television. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Did they stop? Did they accept failure? No. They persisted. They continued. They fought for their dreams long after others would have given up. Most people give up too soon. They experience a few failures and they assume success is not meant for them. They take rejection personally, as if it is a sign to stop. But rejection is not a stop sign, it is a test. Every challenge you face, every obstacle in your path is testing how much you truly want success. Will you let adversity break you, or will you use it to fuel your fire? Winners understand that every failure is a stepping stone, every setback is a lesson, every delay is simply preparing them for the moment they finally break through. There will be times when doubt creeps in. There will be moments when you wonder if the struggle is worth it. In those moments, you must remind yourself why you started. You must remind yourself that anything worth having requires persistence. You must tell yourself, I will not stop until I win. You must adopt the mindset that quitting is not an option, that surrender is never on the table. The moment you accept that, the moment you commit fully to persistence, you have already won, because nothing can stop the person who refuses to be stopped. Success is not given, it is earned. It is earned by those who refuse to back down, who refuse to let failure define them, who refuse to stop until they win. Keep pushing, keep fighting, keep going. Because on the other side of persistence lies everything you have ever dreamed of. So today I leave you with this. Carry yourself as if you are the best. Speak as if you are the best. Work as if you are the best. Because when you act as if you are already at the top, the world will make room for you. Now, go out there and claim your greatness. Thank you.